Hi there, gentlemen. This is Dan and Jordan from MANUP, doing our series of one-on-one interviews with other blokes, really, just to see what's going on in their lives, how they're dealing with mental health, and what they do to stay afloat mentally. And this guy, I haven't got a clue who he is at all. I saw a video from, stop laughing, Jordan. I saw a video of him on LinkedIn where he was talking about his condition, how he gets through it, and he just wants to educate people. And I was thinking, it's not necessarily about his condition, but it's how professional he was and how genuine it was. And let's speak to him, basically, because I think straight away, I've only spoken to you a few times. I think already I can tell you're going to go places just with your story, this, that, and the other as well. I think just the way you present yourself and everything's just fantastic. So, yeah, so this is Luke. Luke,
hi.
You deal with, you're a social media VA. You basically do social media for people. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm personal assistant, virtual personal assistant as well.
Okay, excellent, good stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, which is, I guess it's already going to become obvious, you've got Tourette's.
I do indeed.
And
lucky me.
Yeah, and I have seen one of your little bios, but Luke, in a couple of minutes, tell us quickly about yourself. Who are you? Tell us.
So I'm 28. Started my own started my own business as a virtual personal assistant at the beginning of this year. Fuck off. Mostly, but because I could not convince someone to hire me. So I've only actually had Tourette's for just over two years now. So it all happened after some health issues with me. Fucking hell. And it's just gone from that. So turn my life upside down. So now it's rebuilding it again. Ooh.
2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were one of these lifelong people who've just
no.
Suddenly clicked that everything doesn't need to be crap. Wow. Okay. You've got my respect even more on that.
I mean,
fucking hell.
Can I, guys, just a quick one? So, I mean, Luke, you talked there in terms of, set up your own business because employment opportunities were really hard to come by. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? So
the tick steadily got worse. I was a dental practice manager. Practice manager when this first started. Fucking hell. Shit job. Wank. And when it first happened, after a first string of seizures, I couldn't talk at all. Like no sound. Couldn't keep my head still. Dicks. Fat dicks. And yeah. So over the they didn't think at first I'd be able to talk again, but so gradually that happened, and then as soon as I learned to talk, the vocal tics started. So it obviously had a massive impact on my career, and then going to fucking hell balls. Going to an interview like this, they'd see my CV, invite me for an interview. They'd meet me, and you cunts, and you could tell they were just thinking like, what the fuck? How is this going to work? And I'd had outright people say like, you're just not right for this company in that way, or we can't have you speaking to our clients, so that kind of thing. And everything I done had always been in like service wise. So I was an event manager for about 10 years. So like my very first job, I fell into an events planner role, and then stayed in it for years. And I even tried to go back to that. I was applying for, fuck me, ooh, dicks, get your dicks out. Ooh, don't. I was even applying for basic like admin roles. Not a single company would hire me. Fucking hell. Ooh. And I met a few people through the Tourettes Action charity. We have a weekly Zoom call. Ooh. And at least 90% of that them don't have a job. And they just said it's so limited to what they can do. Fucking hell. Ooh. But despite like the qualifications I've got and things like that experience, it just didn't count for anything. Wank. Ooh.
And I mean, how do you deal with people who end up laughing, or who and I'm sure they don't mean to, but they just do? How do you deal with that?
For me personally, I honestly don't mind. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm aware it's different. Fucking arseholes. Aware it's different. The only thing I don't like is like the secret kind of hidden laughing, or the mimicking what I did do probably pisses me off a bit.
How do you mean mimicking?
Like someone will cop. Like, we've been for dinner before, me and my friends, wank, and they went outside to smoke. And on our way back in, there was a couple at a table outside, and the guy was then throwing his head back like I do, and just saying like what wank, and copying what I was saying, and like that kind of winds me up. But other than that, if people want to laugh, I'll tell them. I'm like, just laugh about it. I do. People don't realize, cunts. Don't realize, like, I'm as surprised by what I say as that they are. Like, I don't know what's coming out. Ooh.
And I mean, forgive my ignorance on this one, but in terms of sort of Tourette's, but you know, does that sort of come into a disability? Where does it sort of fit? So
it's listed as a disability, but according to Tourette's Action, hasn't been listed as a disability for like that long. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of it, because this is the advice they were giving me when, like, one company, I have an email that just literally says because of the ticks, we can't have you working here. It's too much of a distraction. It could cause an accident, kind of thing. And I was like, fuck, say. I literally could not get a break, basically.
I mean, what I find baffling on that is that, yeah, especially those people in the restaurant, if somebody went past in a wheelchair, you wouldn't then sit in one and go past to mimic that. I know they're different disabilities, but the point that it is still a disability. You can't discriminate against one disability, but not the. I find it baffling. Yeah.
It is crazy. I think the other thing is, and excuse my arrogance, but if it's on my mind, I just have to say it. I think with people applying for jobs, the hardest thing, if it happened to me, if that happened to me, and 2 years, man, seriously, you're fucking inspirational. Seriously, I mean that genuinely. I thought it was a lot of things. I think the hardest thing for me would be, okay, I've applied for this job, and you know it's because they think you're going to be a pain in the ass. The least piece I don't mean any offense by that, but it's just, do you then have to go to yourself? You're forced to have to understand. How do you deal with that? Because I would struggle with that.
Oh, it was absolutely horrific for a while. so I couldn't stay in my last job. They were so supportive, like as a company.
Yeah.
But to be a practice manager, you need fucking wankers. You need to be CQC registered, and I couldn't get the registration like this from failing on the communications side. So then I had to try and find a job while I'm like this. And but like, yeah, everyone I went for, and to start with, I was like really positive. Like I'll go straight into another job. Like I'm so employable. Cunt fucking assholes. But yeah, like one knockback after the other. I must have had a string of about 40 interviews, every kind of position. No, just constantly. And to start with, I was absolutely like devastated after every one. Like, it's bad enough suddenly being like this. Fucking hell. Ooh. Like I never used to have a stammer or anything. And then having to deal with the almost like the repercussions then of being like this. And then by the middle of it, it was almost like a running joke with me and my friends, because I thought I've got to laugh about this, or I'm going to go nuts.
Yeah.
And they like I'd meet up with them, and they'd be like, oh, how many rejections this week, like kind of thing. So I had to make a joke about it. And then the very last one was the one that said, fuck off. Ooh. Well, the one that said directly mentioned the ticks, that it would be just distracting, could make it unsafe. I just literally thought fuck it, like I'm just gonna do my own thing. Wank balls. But definitely took its toll. Like, as much as I joke about it, some days I was so down and just thought fuck this.
I mean, it sounds to me that you've got some brilliant mates around you.
Oh, yeah,
you can talk to about and have a laugh. I think is most important about it. Because then I think it dispels any sort of myths around it, and no one's given any sort of bullshit. But I mean, aside from, I suppose, the employment side of things being a huge barrier and a challenge, what do you see as some of the other barriers, and how have you dealt with those?
Oh, so like I don't go, I won't go to like a shop on my own or anything anymore. And like that's been weird to adjust to. Like I wouldn't even want to try it because if someone asked me to explain why I've just said what I've said, the stammer gets worse and no sound comes out. So if I've got someone with me that can say for me, like that's fine. But yeah, I wouldn't go out on my own now. Like, so that's probably been a huge change. Ooh, dicks.
So I suppose, if anything, that's one plus of COVID that we are all.
Oh yeah. I was like that was like a blessing for me. People were like, "Oh no, not lockdown." I'm like, "Oh yes." Ooh, dicks. Fucking hell.
Yeah. For the first time in what, a year, 18 months of doing MANUP, I'm literally like gobsmacked. Really, I'm just like, I hear stories all the time, and I'll be honest with you. It's even the people who have come away from mental health and their struggles. You still even with me, I'm high functioning BPD and high functioning depressive, and all that. There's still like that claw. What just calls you back. And the thing with MANUP is I see that all the time. There's other blokes saying it's like getting through it and all this kind of stuff. But with you, it's just something about you, and I think it's going to work in your favour, where you've clearly gone, fuck it, it is what it is, and you've moved on, and it's so nice to hear it's so nice to see that, and it'd be interesting to see where you are in a year or 2 years and stuff like that. So I think you're going to be doing very well. But you're going to be producing, or you are producing a video series on LinkedIn as well, aren't you?
Yeah. Just about Tourettes. Funnily enough, that video that I posted last week, bullshit wank. Dicks, fat dicks. That was the first time since any of this happened that I heard a recording of my self. I would have never, like my friends making a video.
Yeah,
I'd have to like move, not be in it. I don't want to hear it. And then I posted it, and I had hundreds of messages with like subjects to cover, and people genuinely want to know about what it's like.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, I've had some backlash from other people with Tourette's. They are the only ones that I've had to that they think I'm exploiting the condition, that wank balls, that they've had it longer, so they should be doing something. And I'm like, well, fucking do it then. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Good answer.
I just said I deal with this. Fuck off. Ooh, deal with this day in day out. There's a whole other side to Tourette's apart from tics. Ooh. And I think, why the fuck shouldn't I use it to do something? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I had parents on LinkedIn message me saying, "Oh, my son has Tourette's. My daughter has Tourette's. I've shown them this. We're looking forward to it." And like, there's not that kind of information out there, like how it works in work. So I said to them, if I can stop one person feeling as shit as I did, then I'm gonna do it regardless of what gets said.
Good. Absolutely good on you, mate. And that's even with us, with the whole MANUP thing. Yeah, we can't really move away from the whole male suicide thing, but we try to not bring that up at all. Because like I was saying before recording it, we're on about the people at that tipping point, which they know something's wrong mentally. They just don't know yet. They don't know that they might be depressed. They don't know all of this kind of stuff. So yeah, you've got the same mindset. It's just the same with MANUP. It's not about changing the world, because we can't do it. You can't do it. I can't do it. We can't do it together. But we can change even if we change one person's mind. That's it. That's it. So, mate, I think, what's the time now? Because I know Jordan's getting kicked out of the office in a minute.
Lights will be out.
So just in a very, very quick nutshell, if I can. With you said you've had your dark moments. What's like your tips, ignoring the Tourette's? Not that you can, but ignore the Tourette's thing. But when you're in that hole, how do you personally get yourself out? I know you've got a good network, but how do you get yourself out of that hole?
I think for me, it's like I had to realize that if I feel sad, or I'm gonna be sad, like I have to just feel shit sometimes.
Yeah.
So I kind of just have to ride it out. And with me, especially, I think, fuck it, it could be worse. And if I remind myself about that enough, wank, tits, get your dick out. If I remind myself about that enough, then I'll kind of eventually feel better. And I do have a really good network of friends. Like there's only 4 of us in my like friend group, but we've been friends forever.
Yeah.
So I'll just go see that them, message that them. I'm like, I feel shit, and then kind of just like they'll drag me out of it if I feel like shit. But like,
yeah. No, it's true, I think
that's great advice.
I think that's sometimes that's sometimes the key of just sometimes telling somebody else, even if it's on WhatsApp, just saying, I feel like utter shit.
Blank. Yeah.
And then once you've said it once publicly, well, not publicly, I mean to somebody else, the load is just got.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think you both, just if you're waking up and you have a crap day or whatever's happened, and you think, all right, this is a write-off. I'm going to feel shit all day, and it's just this day's meant to shit. Then you wake up the following morning. Hopefully, you'll feel better. But I think it's just acknowledging, I'm just going to take things slow, and as you say, like, just ride it out.
No. Yeah, that's it. I think as long as you accept that, like some days are just shit days. Like that's it. Like.
Yeah, and it's the equivalent of driving along, getting a puncture, and rather than thinking, well, I'm just going to finish the journey as if nothing's happened. No, something's happened. I'm going to have to just acknowledge this, stop, and deal with it.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, that was anyway. I think we've got to nip it because you're going to get kicked out of the office in a minute, anyway, aren't you?
I do have to run away. Yes.
No, it's fine. So I think we've covered a lot. So I'm really ever thankful for your time there, Luke. And actually, you can watch all of my videos. I don't ever really say that anyone's an inspiration, but I'll be watching you because I do think you're an inspiration, mate.
I do.
If you was ill 2 years ago and the outcome of that is you got Tourettes and all this kind of stuff, just the way you handle yourself, the way you communicate, it's just fantastic, mate. Kudos to you, mate, and I think you'll do very, very well in your career.
Thank you very much.
So, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to turn this one off and turn the recording off. So,
wank.